Veterans Day probably means more to me than it ever did. My husband's a 24-year vet, and before meeting him, I guess I was like most people, where Veterans Day, okay, we honor our service members, but now between the marathon and the things that I do at school, I direct a Veterans Day program. And just getting to meet as many veterans as I do now, you realize like the sacrifices that they make with their families, and just how much they do for us. So it means more than ever. It's a great time of year for us and our family, so it means a lot.
What was the race mean?
Oh geez, the race. So I've been involved with the race all 10 years. First as a runner and supporter, and then at year 5, my husband and I were asked to take over the race because of our running background. We've had directed races before, and then obviously the military background. So this race is, our heart and soul. We've put into it over the past 5 years to try to make it grow, and just to put on a quality event. Obviously, we're thrilled that we get as many veterans as we do. They get charged $26.20 and get a special shirt. But just, every year having this event, and then all the money going to support local veterans through our nonprofit, the Western Pennsylvania Veterans Relief Fund. This race means the world to us.
That's awesome. So what do you think this event means to the different veterans in the community?
Oh, I think the veterans in the community, not just in Indiana County, but we actually get veterans that come from all over the country. So I think now somehow this race has gotten out, and we're not quite sure how, but we're thrilled that we get veterans coming. Last year we had one from Hawaii. And so we'll get like 3 or 4 veterans coming from, a particular military installation, out of state, from Georgia and New York. And then as far as like local veterans that participate in the event, I think they appreciate that we appreciate them. This is their race. And so they come back year in and year out. And then so many of the people that help us out, from ROTC to Rotai Cal, the fraternity at IUP, and so many of our volunteers have military connections. So, it truly is for and about them. So I think it means a lot to the community that we do this.
I know you mentioned your husband served. Is there anyone else in your family that served too?
In my family, my grandfather served in World War II, and I didn't know that until I was in high school and did my first history project where I interviewed him. My husband's family has quite a few veterans. A couple of his uncles served in Vietnam, but he's the first, I believe, on either side of our family who made it a career. And so, he retired after 24 years as a sergeant major in the Army. So, super proud of his service and service of everybody.
That's awesome. So is there anything you'd like to say in closing?
Oh, just that we appreciate the community in Indiana, and how many people come out to support this race. Our volunteers, most of our volunteers have been here all 10 years. I think we have people waiting in the wings to take over aid stations. That's how popular it is. And again, I'm just so proud of this community and the way they rally around this event. Everybody from Levity to, like I said, our connections with IUP, United High School, their cross-country team has been here 10 years helping us out. So we couldn't do this without the support of the community, and we just really appreciate that.